20th of May 2024, Man City won Premier League. 3rd of June, they won FA Cup. And 10th of June, they won Champions League. City have won 3 Premier League titles in a row. Last year, they did treble. They can't do it again after Real Madrid knocked them out overnight. But it's setting them up for them to do a double again, right? A double after a treble, which, you know, what has happened to football in this country, man? Honestly, the one team's just better than everyone. I mean, same as the FA Cup. They lost in quarters at Champions League to the biggest team in the world, but we'll come to that in a bit. And then the top at league again in Premier League by 2 points. Like, surely not. They can't. Can they win 4 in a row? Can they do a double after a treble? I mean, if they'd have done back-to-back trebles, that would have been the biggest sporting achievement in history. Even if it is with 115, 16, 17, whatever charges it is these days. But this City team are going to go down as best team in Premier League history regardless, especially if they do a double again this season. It's not even up for debate. Let's just get straight into it, man. We'll look at FA Cup first. We'll look at one competition at a time. So, looking at teams left in FA Cup, there's obviously no Liverpool or Arsenal, 2 of what is clearly the best 3 teams in league, besides Man City. So, City must be looking at this really and just licking the lips. It's like almost a free trophy with this, really. Their side at draw, they've got Chelsea. Well, this season have been shit. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's just tell it how it is. Chelsea have been crap. But last couple of months, they're not losing. Do you know what I mean? They might be conceding 100 goals a week, but they're not losing. Defensively, they are crap. Poch, to me, I don't want to sound harsh, but again, I will never ever have splinters up my ass. Poch looks to me like he's out of his depth. Tottenham is obviously a big job and he did really well with him despite not winning anything. But Chelsea is a different beast. The way I see it, if you concede 2 goals to Sheffield United, you've got a leak somewhere, aren't you? Something is going wrong if you're conceding 2 goals to Sheffield United. They've conceded 2 or more goals in the last 7 games, which includes Sheffield United and Burnley, who are 2 of the worst Premier League sides ever. And then 2 championship teams as well, both in Cup against Leicester and Leeds. 3 of these games were at home as well. They're so bad. But at other end, with talent that they've got attacking-wise in that team, they never look out right, do they? Like, scoring's not a problem. Only top 6 have scored more than them. And in the last 5 games, they've scored second most in the league. So it's not going to be a walk in park for City, despite there not being a Liverpool and Arsenal still in it. But you would expect them to beat Chelsea, wouldn't you? You just would. But again, at the same time, when Chelsea played Liverpool in Cup earlier this season, Chelsea absolutely dominated them start to finish. But couldn't score. So there's always some sort of problem with Chelsea. It's just finding out what it is. And then on the other side at draw, you've got Coventry and Man United. Seriously, as a gambling man, I would back Coventry. I honestly would. Man United a toss. And injuries don't help, obviously, but neither does the way that Teabag sets them up. There's no Ajax style of play going on. There's none of that in sight. It's just encouraging Bruno Fernandes Wunderbra playing 50-yard wonder balls every time he touches ball. It's encouraging that, which is what the past couple of Man United managers have all done, that have all met a swift demise because they're crap. Whereas Coventry do look like they've probably faded away from playoffs a little bit. I don't think they'll get in there now. But in big games, they do turn up. Wolves away at Cup, they were unreal. Easily better team. And I think, looking into occasion, Man United obviously being massive favourites, regardless of what I've just said. There are going to be 30,000 Coventry fans sat there booing them and whistling them at every touch. Man United players obviously very aware that this is their only chance at winning a trophy. I think pressure is all going to be on them, and I think it might get them, you know. I really can see, and I'm not just saying this to take piss, I can see Coventry nicking like a 1-0 or a 2-1, I really can. But ultimately, like, bigger picture, it don't mean anything, does it? Because regardless of who goes through, if Coventry go through respectfully, they're going to get arseholed by Man City. And if Man United go through, it's a repeat of last year's FA Cup final, and City will win that as well. So it don't matter. Genuinely, the only team I could see stopping them after these final 3 teams is Chelsea in semi, but I don't think they will. FA Cup to me, Man City's again. Moving on to Champions League. Obviously, City can't win it because they got knocked out by Real Madrid. But focusing on these 2 games first with City and Real Madrid, it's always a proper game, and it's always serious. I mean, they've only been playing each other for 10 years because that's when City scratched surface at Europe and they've not touched it before then. But like De Bruyne at Burnabout over a year, City 4, Real Madrid 0 last year. Both these games are unbelievable this year as well. They didn't disappoint at all. Like, when you look at these 2 teams, it's just such a stupid amount of quality across pitch, like from both these sides. When you've got Gvardiol, your left back, smashing one in on his right foot from edge up box into far post, like, that just doesn't happen with any other team. Imagine, let's just cast your mind to one of the biggest teams in the world, Liverpool, that are one at best. Imagine your left back, Robertson, on his right foot, whipping it far right corner. It'd end up in Goodison Park. You'd have no chance. But then at home, I'll be honest, I didn't think City would lose. I did not think City would lose that. Maybe on pens like they ended up doing, but they were never going to lose in 90 minutes. Just going to go there and park bus. Even though Real Madrid are the biggest team in the world, Arsenal have set tone for big teams going to Man City this season. They have. which is mental. It is crazy how teams just bow down to City because of how good they are. But it's what you got to do if you want to get any chance of taking any points from there or a result from there. And then quickly looking at Arsenal as well, they've obviously got a really good record this season against best teams in England. They're not lost against City or Liverpool or more away this season at league. Which ain't surprising. We had the setup, like I just said. 4 centre halves, 2 DMs. They just low block it, don't concede, try snag someone on counter attack. But I don't understand why people slate teams for playing a certain way. Like if Palace went there or Luton, for example, went to City, got a result playing like that, everybody'd be like, tactical mastermind. But just because you're labelled as this big club, you're expected to go there and dominate. No one is going to go to Man City and have more possession or more shots. Absolutely no one ever. So you've got to know where to cut your nose off, haven't you? You've got to cut your nose off to spite your face. Whatever saying it, I don't know. But you've got to go there, accept that you're gonna be a whipping boy today, and then just try and get some out on counter attack. It's what you've got to try and do, and it's the way that teams have been getting points recently against them, especially Etihad. And you're always going to be the same way Arsenal going to Allianz and playing like that against Bayern. Sit back majority of the game and try and nick someone on counter. But they're always going to shit it, aren't they? They're always going to shit the pants. They've been playing like City and Liverpool for decades, like non-stop basically all their history. So you know what you're expecting when you go to these teams. Arsenal haven't been in Champions League for God knows how long. They haven't got to this stage of Champions League for even longer. They haven't been a favourite, which they were before going out, for even longer. So occasionally definitely got to them. Because I'd have loved to have seen Arsenal go through. I want English teams to do well. They're not my rivals. They're Barnsley. I don't give a fuck. They probably don't even know who Barnsley are, some of these lot. But it was never happening. Arsenal had a lot more experience in these games for a bit before they do anything serious, like win something like biggie, as the miles off winning something like that. But they're both out. It's done. Both English teams are out. I think Madrid go through to the final now anyway on this side of it. The winner of the Champions League, which I'm going to spoil it now, in case you didn't know, the winner of the Champions League for me were going to be City or Real Madrid regardless. Or at least getting to the final, that is. So I think Real Madrid will beat Bayern anyway. Looking on to the other side of the draw, Dortmund are crap, to be honest, but Atletico somehow were worse over 2 legs. PSG and Barcelona, 2 what you'd expect to be the better sides, are both shit. They are crap, but only one of them have got Mbappe, so But to be fair, Mbappe, I genuinely didn't even know he was pitch until he scored that penalty. Didn't touch the ball once. Barca were unlucky with red card because they'd have probably gone through way out because they look quite well, especially away at PSG. But honestly, didn't know Mbappe was on pitch until he scored, but always bothered because he's come away with 2 goals and he's got 13 goals in 13 games in knockouts in Champions League. So who cares? But again, like I've just said, I'm not overly interested in who went through for me with these ties. Like, you'd expect PSG to beat Dortmund. Dortmund are crap. Like, seriously, Dortmund are bad. So you'd expect PSG to go through, but Real Madrid will just beat them. Real Madrid will, and if Bayern go through, Bayern will beat them. No one on that side at draw has a chance. All the 4 favourites, Man City, Arsenal, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, we're all on one side, so one of them's going to win it. But that's treble stopped anyway, so there's no double treble for our John. But, don't worry, there's still another record to be broken here. There's 4 in a row online. Something that's never been done in England since dawn of time. Let's have a look at Premier League. Now, this year, this is something. This is really something. 3-horse race, and I'm genuinely begging that it goes to the last day. I'm begging. Although there's something interesting happening because last couple of years, apart from the, Villa 2-0 up at Man City and then they go and win it anyway. One of them ones. It's been boring. Like, all entertainment for me comes in relegation battle in Premier League. Like, your teams at top are going to win, like, by 5 points by March anyway. Do you know what I mean? But that Super Sunday just gone. That was not good for Liverpool and Arsenal. Right? Well, good for me. I enjoyed it. But for them too, oh, God, you're basically handing it to City on a plate, aren't you? I mean, Istanbul were always going to be a tough one for him mentally. And when Van Dijk slipped, I hope I can get a picture of this or find something. When he fell over, I had genuine flashbacks to Gerrard against Chelsea. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like, genuinely, I'm not even a Liverpool fan. I used to like him when I was younger. But I'm not a Liverpool fan, and my ass fell out. Like, I couldn't believe what was happening. Arsenal then see that in early kickoff and then go and get outplayed and outfought by Villa at home. Like, do you know what I mean? Villa are onto something serious, though, I'm telling you. They're a lot more cut out for sustained European seasons than, like, Newcastle or Brighton were. Like, much more of a finished article of a squad Villa have got than them two. But after that game week, City are now 2 points clear and they're all on the same games played, them top 3. Fixtures-wise, Spurs have got the key, man. Spurs playing all 3 of them. Watch them just roll over for City. They'll beat Arsenal and roll over for City. They'll just be stood there. Come on, City. Come on. We'll start lowest to highest. So, prediction-wise, we'll go for Liverpool first. That the loss to Palace, I think, will give them a bit of a smack up arse, which they might need. And I said that after Atalanta game, and then they went and lost to Palace. So what do I know really? But this might be that one was like a little love tap. This were a proper slap. Fulham away, I think they'll win. Everton, there's going to be a lot of hype in there, like around Everton. It's like, oh my god, Derby potential banana skin. Win. West Ham away, win. Spurs, I think they'd beat. Villa away, serious. Very serious. It might come down to that. Like, it might be a case where they're all at the same points. Oh, Liverpool need to go win this. But you'd back them in big games like that. You know, they've been there and done it for ages, this squad, a lot of them. Klopp. I'd give them that. I would. And then Wolves at home. Yeah, man, win that as well. Win that as well. 6 wins from 6 to end season. Like, I just don't see how they don't go on a stupid run. I know I keep going on about, oh my god, Klopp's farewell to her. But there's no way that squad bow out with nothing but a Mickey Mouse. There's just absolutely no way. They'll go out with 6 wins on bounce. Arsenal, North London forever till you lose it. Wolves away, win. Chelsea at home, that's quite tough as well, especially recently. Chelsea not lost in ages, but I'd just give them that. I'll win that. Spurs away is the first game someone is going to f*** it. Spurs are going to be up for it. Spurs are going to want to be the reason that Arsenal don't win league, aren't they? And I reckon there will be a part of it. I think they'll draw away at Spurs. I think they'll draw. Bournemouth at home's a win, which is obviously tough for some other big lads like Man United who are up next. Man United away. That is another one where I think they'll drop points. Genuinely. Big game, lot of history, massive ground, big, like, you know what I mean? Their arse is going to fall out again. It's the Arsenal way, man. Loss. And then Everton last day, I think they'll win. Which puts Arsenal on 84 points and will probably a third place finish. Liverpool are on 89 if I'm right with 6 wins. Arsenal are on 84, so that's another trophyless season for best team in league, Arsenal. And then City, ooh, they're going to be out with vengeance now, aren't they? Can't win Champions League. I mean, FA Cup's 2 steps away, aren't they? They're going to be looking at this Premier League title like drooling. They've been here and done it for the last 3 years. 3 titles in a row, treble winners, best team at management world. Brighton away win, Forest away win, Wolves at home win, Fulham away win. Just straight off bat. Spurs away. Bogey team for City. They can obviously handle pressure City as well, and they've done it all before for ages. But maybe the thought of going 4 in a row, easily being recognised as best Premier League team ever by a mile, if they can hit that, might be too much. Loss away at Tottenham. And then a West Ham win. So 5 wins and a loss, 15 points. That puts them on 88, which means that Liverpool win the league. Meaning in my world of fantasy, City do not do back-to-back trebles. Obviously, after Real Madrid knocked them out. City do not do 4 in a row to break that record either. And will instead have to settle for an FA Cup, and that is it. You shitters, what a crap team. That's that. Verdict cast. I think City will win FA Cup and nothing else. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you think City will do double, or you think will win Champions League, all that shkabunky. Yeah, let me know what you think. Make sure you're subbed, because a lot of you aren't. Make sure you've got the little bell on, all that. But thanks for watching, gents, and I'll see you in a bit. Love you all. Yes!